MoviePass. Today on the Minute. Hello and welcome again to the Minute. My name is Sam.
I'm Chad.
And we are brought to you by Movie Night Autopsy, the pod with a real cast to pod. And today we're here to talk about MoviePass, and there's a lot to talk about MoviePass.
Yes. Full disclosure, me and Samuel have been using MoviePass for quite some time. So we are customers.
Let me correct you right there. We've been taking advantage of MoviePass for quite some time.
Well, according to their business model, that's what makes sense.
According to their business model, that's how you use it.
That's how you use it. You give them some money, and then they lose all the money.
And they just
I go see
spend
movies.
so much. Oh yeah. It's like I remember being 17 years old, and I'd go to CC's with my high school friends.
That's the thing you do in high school.
And we were like if I was hanging out with the guys, it's like a group of like 5 17-year-old guys walking into CC's, and they would just look at us and be like, "Oh God, we're about to lose so much money. Like, why do we do this?" And that's MoviePass's entire business model. It's like if CC's was open, but they only catered to 17-year-old guys.
Yeah, that's it. I
with
think
endless appetite.
I've been using it for 6 or 7 months. You've been using it for what, about a year now?
Something like that, give or take.
Give or take a little bit. My brother uses it. A lot of my friends use it. I've talked to other people who have used it. And up until fairly recently, it's been like mostly a positive experience.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. When I first started using it, I remember I could go and see whatever movie I wanted as many times as I wanted. And that was their policy.
Things sure have changed, huh?
That was back in my day.
So back in the day, the only rule was one movie a day. You paid a $10 subscription service once a month.
Yep.
For one movie a day. As long as you see one movie a month, it pays for itself. So, but with all the big changes recently, like, let's go over the changes a little bit. I remember a few months ago, they changed it to where
you can see a movie once and that's it.
That's it.
Then after that, it bummed me out, but it's still like, you can still use it enough in a month that it's better than paying to go see every movie that you want to see. Then they recently introduced surge pricing. Which I guess I understand. It makes sense that it's there, but
it's just a little tiny extra charge during peak hours.
It's just that they keep rolling these things out to and this email is going to go over it. Like they have so many people that bought into it because when they bought into it, the deal was $10 a month. You can see one movie a day. You can see movies many times as you want, and there's no such thing as surge pricing. It's just let the good times roll. That's the product.
What was great
served.
about it. Another thing that they did that got on my nerves was when you had ticket verification. So this is something they've done the last 2 or 3 months. When you buy a ticket, you have to send them a picture of your ticket to verify that you indeed bought a ticket to that movie.
It takes 30 seconds, but still it's kind of annoying.
I had an issue one night where MoviePass did not work for me, and I had to pay out of pocket.
That was when they first rolled it out. Like it was buggy. It was buggy when they first rolled it out.
What movie was that?
Because I had the same sort of problem, but it did pay. But for whatever weird reason, I ended up paying like 30 cents for the movie. Something.
Oh no! It was
very strange.
I had to get.
I know your situation. You had to get I forget what movie it was. But I
talked to them and I said, "Listen, I don't appreciate having to do that. I feel like you don't trust your customer base." And if you guys don't trust us, how can I trust you? This is a relationship. And they hand me something about how people are misusing and abusing MoviePass, which is like, I guess it's okay to abuse MoviePass when they're okay with it, but when they're not okay with it, it's an issue.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I think it's a completely reasonable thing for MoviePass to expect from their customer base if it does in fact show their customer base has been abusing MoviePass, which I've been abusing MoviePass, but within the terms of the MoviePass.
Okay.
But I've definitely been abusing it just within their terms. The main thing is just that they sprung this on, what is it right here, 3 million subscribers after they had subscribed. That's where I see the issue. It's like these are reasonable stipulations, but they should have been in place in the beginning. Anyways, I think we should just jump right into it.
Yeah, get into it, man.
So if you can call this jumping right into it.
Well, actually, if we can do one more thing to go over, preamble it. It's because I think this all came out because Thursday night, when everyone went and saw Mission Impossible, they ran out of money.
They reference that in the email.
Okay, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you kick into it, brother?
All right, so this email I received as a MoviePass member. I received this email at about 4:30 Central today, July 31st. And it says, "Dear MoviePass members, First and foremost, I want to personally apologize to each of you for the inconsistencies and unreliability of our service over the past few days. Additionally, I regret our lack of proactive communication with you during this time. We are working hard to improve the communications to our community moving forward. Over the last several days, we've begun making changes to our service that will help us continue to offer our members a high-value, low-cost in-theater movie experience. We believe that the company we have built, the fastest-growing subscription company in history with more than 3 million members, they emphasize this point,
Wow,
has revolutionized the movie industry in the U.S. The first half of 2018 saw the total box office grow by almost 10% compared to last year, and we know MoviePass is responsible for a significant portion of that unprecedented growth. Unprecedented is probably a stretch.
it's
But-
a lot of big talk.
But I mean, like, I'm sure that they're not entirely wrong,
Yeah.
but they're definitely singing their praises here.
No, indeed.
In order to continue growing our service and maintaining a high level of financial discipline, we need to make some modifications, which they've been doing this. I mean, like, it's like Lando back in Empire Strikes Back. This deal's getting worse all the time. We must reduce availability for big new release titles such as Mission Impossible Fallout, which they famously ran out of money for this weekend. Like, oh man, just like reported.
Does it go into all
everywhere.
the details?
And other popular new releases, at least for a while, as we adjust the business model.
How long is a while? That's like when your parents are splitting up.
I'm gonna read that again less condescendingly. It's just hard.
Good luck.
But they will be doing this, according to them, at least for a while as we adjust the business model. We are working on making this more clear in the app, just so that you know which titles are available. And that's a recurring theme. Like, we're almost at the end of the email. It's only a couple more paragraphs. But that's a recurring theme in this email, is that they just really want to hit home that they have not been transparent enough, and they want to communicate better with their customer base, which isn't a bad thing.
No,
and
more businesses should do that.
That is accurate. They have been very, very like hush hush and just like springing it on you, like, oh, by the way, here's a hoop you got to jump through now. And yeah, that's, yeah. Showtimes that are offered through our service will vary from day to day, which is kind of shitty, but...
Wait, so they don't cover all showtimes now?
Yep. And every showtime may not be available. We encourage you to check the MoviePass app before you leave for the theater. While our customer service team has made great strides as of late, arguable, we still have a long way... We still have a long way to go to provide the most responsive customer service experience for you.
It wasn't the worst customer service experience I've had, but it wasn't...
Well, I mean, this is the day of Amazon. Like, I mean, anybody's allowed to sell something on Amazon.
Try to get someone on the phone at Amazon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You do that like every day?
The variation of it. Yeah.
Anyways.
Just making noises.
In the meantime, access to immediate support may become limited. However, we are working to prioritize the requests of members who are at the theater and introduce more self-help tools, as well as focus our resources on fixing glitches and bugs in the app.
Access to immediate support may become limited. So that's two things. One, you may not be able to get a hold of us right away. Two, are they implying that so many people are getting a hold of them that there's not enough
I don't know why you're getting worked up about this. It's not like they were available for immediate access anyways.
Yeah, but they're acting like, I don't know, it's weird to me. It's just odd.
No, that was me firing shots.
Oh, me?
No, at MoviePass.
Oh, you being sarcastic?
Yeah, because dude,
let me, I'm a robot, so let me flick my sarcasm meter.
That's the whole point of like their chatting app, is that you should be able to talk to them right then, and just like
I've a chatting app?
I've never. It's it's in the same app. It's just a feature. Whatever.
I've never used it.
Whatever. No, like if you're trying to talk to customer service through the app, that's what you're using, and it takes them at least like 12 to 24 hours for them to get back to you. Haven't you dealt with that same thing?
No, I googled the phone number and called them.
Oh, you called them?
I called them like a person.
You called them?
I called them like my
Damn.
grandfather.
Never heard of anybody calling MoviePass.
Yeah, and I got some guy who was polite, but it took a while.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so does it get that email get into the details of everything going forward?
No, there's literally one more paragraph and then a closing line from the CEO.
Okay, so go ahead and...
Yeah, it's just more buzzwords. But anyways, finally, we want to be as transparent as we can with these changes and any future changes. We are committed to giving you the best experience. We count on your support and loyalty while we implement these necessary steps for the company you've grown to love. They are really assuming an awful lot about how I feel about the company. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your understanding and patience, and we'll be in touch with more updates as we have them. Mitch Lowe, CEO of MoviePass.
that email references the changes to using MoviePass, right? The main changes are limited screen time, right?
You can pretty much say goodbye to seeing movies at night on weekends.
I'm trying to
Maybe not all nights, but definitely weekend nights. And if there's a big release that weekend, forget about seeing a matinee on Sunday.
The article I read was besides the fact that subscriptions going up month to month.
I think that we're okay just because we've already had one.
Okay, so it's only for new customers?
But yeah.
Okay, that's not so bad.
I mean, like, that's one thing where it's like, that is as it should be. Thank you, MoviePass.
Yes.
That's not commending them for their good deed. That's just saying, hey, thanks for not being shitty, which we shouldn't have to do.
But another thing I read was no new movies.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. It's probably going to be like definitely not opening weekend for big releases, maybe second weekend. Maybe.
You see, the thing is, man, we live in not a big town. There's limited options to go see movies. There's several movie theaters, but they're all AMCs. A lot of movies, unless it's super successful, don't run that long. More than a few weeks of decent showtimes before they move to another theater, and then they do one showing a day.
I mean, I'm not worried about that. Like, I mean, I'll still be able to make it out to go see the movie eventually.
Yeah, but if you can't do new releases after a few weeks of a movie you want to see, you might have to hunt down and go at a time when you may not be available to go.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I mean, that's the camp that I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that like we live in this world that has access to the internet, and whenever a big movie comes out, it's like I don't want to have to avoid the internet because I haven't seen the big new movie yet, and I'm waiting on MoviePass to cover it. Yeah.
So like when like Captain Marvel comes out, or the next big comic book movie, or like Shazam,
I'll go see Aquaman.
Yeah. You're gonna wait 2 weeks for everyone to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Or you're going to wait.
Yeah, like somebody's going to say something.
Or I think
you're just going to overhear something.
Think of the smaller movies, like Sorry to Bother You. Like we saw that opening
I don't think that would have been an issue. It's bigger releases that they're specifying.
Oh, bigger releases. So it's not all new releases.
It's big releases.
Okay. Well, that's not as bad. Like my decision is less obvious now. Like I read that and I thought it was just all new movies. And so and I decided that if I can't go see new movies, I got a real big problem.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, the way things are going, it's just a matter of time before it's just like, is it the first weekend? Well, fuck you. Like,
yeah. Too bad you won't see it pass. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I got to play it by ear, but like I know that I'm charged in the middle of the month for MoviePass.
But you can go see this Adam Sandler cartoon in its 5th week.
Yeah. Because those movies always run for exactly 5 weweeks. Yeah.
And that's when the plan. Well, like by then the next kids movie's out, so they've forgotten about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still I'm interested to see what happens to the company, and I realize that we can't, like, our situation is very privileged in the sense that we are paying a cheap price for getting a bunch of free stuff.
Oh, for sure. Like, well, that's the problem, is that they rolled out a business model to spoil their clientele.
Yes.
And they spoiled their clientele right away, and then the clientele has gotten used to being spoiled. Yes. And their clientele has grown exponentially.
Yes.
And now they're just like, oh shit. Whenever you multiply $10 a movie ticket times 3 million 3 million subscribers.
That's all the money.
Holy
we don't even
shit,
have all the money.
That's so much money.
Yeah, it's so much money.
Oh, it's ridiculous just saying it out loud.
I read somewhere that their business model wasn't banked on the fact that most people would use it. It's been around for years, but only in major markets. So it's really mainly gauged for people who only went casually to the movies once, maybe twice a month or something, to where they can afford it. But since everyone's going so often, that's really what it does. And yeah, it's a situation to where they are at a great disadvantage. However, when you make a purchase, it's an agreement between a customer and a business.
Yeah, they were in the wrong from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was a bad business model from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we only feel like Lando and Empire and like, but that's why. It's just because it was such a good deal to begin with. But anyways, tell us what you think. Reach out to us if you want to. Thank you for listening. This has been The Minute from Movie Night Autopsy. I'm Sam.
I'm Chad.
Thank you for listening.
What's up, crew? If you got any idea of what you would like for us to talk about on The Minute or on Movie Night Autopsy podcast, hit us up on the social medias. You can hit us up on Twitter at movie_autopsy. Check us out on Facebook at Movie Night Autopsy. Always feel free to email us, contact@movienightautopsy.com.